Hi there, Dave here, how are you? This is a video on the Kreg shelf pin jig. The jig is only small, which is quite handy if you only have small cabinets that have already been built and you want to be able to jump inside those and put some shelf pins in to support shelves. So onto the jig, it has 6 holes. Each of those are lined with hardened steel. The jigs can also be joined together if you want something longer. On the back here you'll see there's a little recess, and Kreg supply this little joiner that has 3 screws that go in, lock it together so you can join 2 or 3, 4, however many you want. Okay, what else comes with it? Right, on the back you can see that I've got 2 drill bits and an alignment pin. Being in Australia, the common size pin is 5mm. This other one here that it comes standard with is 1/4 inch. So don't get tripped up by that, because if you try and put 5mm pins in a 1/4 inch hole, they'll fall out and you won't be very popular when things start smashing. So that's what's in there. They've got these little flip over things so you can drop them out and use whichever one you need. So the pin is actually 1/4 inch, and at the other end it's 5mm. So as it goes through the jig, it holds tightly in the 1/4 inch section, but on the back, I don't know if you can see that there, probably, it steps down from 1/4 inch to 5mm. With my jig, I'm just going to use my little Festool CXS drill. Pop it in the end there in the magnetic bit holder. First thing to do is to set your stop collar to the right depth. When you put the drill in the jig, you want it to be deep enough to take the pin, not too much more. The reason being, you don't want this drill to travel right the way through. 2 reasons. You might be on the end of a unit, like here, I've got the end of the unit here, or if you're going right the way through, you'll get tear out on the back as the drill goes through the rear of the melamine. It's always good to come from both sides because you'll get cleaner holes. Now regarding the holes as well, here's another quick tip. Make sure that when you're turning the drill on, turn it on flat out and just go slowly at the beginning, like full speed, just go slowly in so that you get a nice clean entry. Then when you know you've cut through the surface of whatever it is, whether it's melamine or a veneer, then you can push it hard. So I've done a little bit here, and you can see they're pretty clean, so I'll show you how I'm going to do it down here. First thing I do is I set the jig right at the bottom. And I don't put holes all the way to the bottom. You might want to. I don't, because I want to start mine at the first height. Now I'm going to start her up, go in slowly. I've gone through the surface. There, finished. Wasn't too hard, was it? Pretty quick. I've put my first hole in, and that's down there. Now, I'm going to use the locating pin. Now the locating pin, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either sit it in the jig and then just slide the jig up until it hits the hole, or the way I like to do it is put the locating pin actually in the hole and then slide the jig onto it. It sits there pretty well, doesn't it? That's pretty amazing. And so now I can drill the rest of the holes. And that's that. Slide it off there, and those holes are pretty clean. So that's the front. Now, if I wanted to, I could put the stop on the other side and use the jig if I had doors that were mounted on the inside of the cabinet. We'll keep that there. Now you can see I can go up that side. When I flip the jig over this way, it's gone straight to the other side, and the holes are going to be exactly the same height off the bottom of my unit. The reason being, they're set exactly that way on the jig. So again, I'll just drill the first hole at the top. Left-handed that time. Not a bad hole. and then put the pin in the top. You can't see it, or you can see just sticking out the back there. Lock it on. How good is it the way that it holds onto it there? And put a couple of holes in. Finished. Here's a quick tip. Don't get excited when you're putting all your holes in and start putting pins in all over the place before you finish drilling all the holes. You may find that you'll come in from the other side and you've lined up perfectly, because this is such a good jig. You've lined up perfectly with a hole that's got a pin in the other side and there's steel, and when you put the drill in, you're going to blunt your drill. Now, here's another tip. When we go to the back of the unit, make sure that the bottom is super clean, because we want this hitting hard on the deck of the bottom. We don't want it sitting up on some rubbish, because it will throw all of our pinholes out of alignment and we'll get a wobbly shelf, and that's not going to be good either. So I want my pins to be reasonably close to the back. I could set it this way, bring them forward if I wanted to, for whatever reason. Maybe I want to put cables or something up the back of the unit, or a false back in there later on. But at the moment, I'm just going to put that there. I'll drill a hole. Now, to do the other side, I'm just going to flip the whole jig right over. Not going to twist it around or anything, just a somersault straight over and drill left-handed, which is a bit of a struggle for me. Done. And so on and so forth. We just keep on drilling the holes wherever you want them. Great little jig. Buy one. See you later.